Welcome to the Art of Hitting channel. Today we're going to talk about bats. You know, there's all kinds of bats. Bat is one of the best weapons we have in softball. You got balanced bats, you got end-loaded bats. We can talk a little bit about that. The barrel length, the material type, the feel and comfort of the bat. That all goes into the fact of you buying a bat that's going to work for you. So what is the key point about buying a bat that works for you? Does a longer barrel always mean a bigger sweet spot? Not necessarily. The length of the barrel does not directly determine the size of the sweet spot. Here's why. Sweet spot size stays similar across barrel lengths. A 12-inch barrel often has a sweet spot of 6 inches. A 13.1 barrel typically has the same sweet spot of 6 inches. It's just positioned differently along the barrel.
And then go out and buy the bat.
The key difference in sweet spots is placement. On a shorter barrel, a 12-inch barrel, the sweet spot is more concentrated, meaning a tighting hitting area, but more trampoline effect since the weight is more compact. On a longer barrel, the 13.5, the sweet spot is spread out over a longer surface, making it feel more forgiving, but the overall size of the most reactive area usually remains the same. How does it affect performance? Power hitter may prefer a shorter barrel with an end load as it focuses more on weight in a compact area for a harder hit. Contact hitters or those looking for more forgiveness may prefer a longer barrel as it allows easier back control and slightly more distribution of the sweet spot. Summary: 12-inch barrel and a 13.5-inch barrel often have similar sweet spots, 6 inches. A longer barrel does not necessarily mean a larger sweet spot, but it spreads out the hitting area. Swing feel, weight Springfield, weight distribution, and bat material matter for performance, not just barrel length. If you're deciding the barrel length, would you say you prefer a concentrated barrel or a more forgiving swing? So that's your choices right there, and there's more, and let's talk about it. Now, if the dimensions of a bat are what you usually use and it's the same company, you can pretty much, if you got a good review on it, you've used the bat before, it's probably going to swing the same way. So there's all kinds of particulars, but a bat is one of the main parts of your game, at least for hitting. It's 60% of your hitting, a good piece of equipment in today's game. But a good friend of mine named Mike Masenko said, when he was asked, he said, "Look, Ed, if you're a bat company and you can't make a good bat in this day and era, you're in the wrong business." You're in the wrong business. There's a real nuance between a good bat and a great bat. Dan Carlson, how's it going this morning, man? Good. Yeah, don't worry about that. Well, let's get those balls. Dan Carlson, let's talk bats, man. So, you know, we have bat reviews, and we discussed something the other day about that. But how do you really pick your bat? Do you watch some guys like us on a hitting club, or the Big Chef and or Dave Vasquez and whatever they say, you buy the bat, you be buying a lot of bats?
Well, those reviews are definitely helpful. And over time, I think by listening to reviews and then trying the bat yourself, you kind of get an idea of how a bat review kind of fits to your personal swing. I mean, this today is different than what I used to, because now we have the opportunity to try these different kind of bats. And I mean, trying them is definitely believing. There's some bats that I would never. I'm a 26.5 ounce end load 2-piece guy, and I in my gamer bags I have one of those right now out of 4. So trying these different bats makes a difference. But in the past, I would use my experience from the brand that I liked, how it felt, and then I would do a little bit of research to kind of validate, you know, is it the same? Is it a little better or worse? So.
But don't you have to feel it, use it, see how it feels, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you're not doing one of these reviews, you kind of rely on the reviews to give you some feedback.
Well, they give you feedback, but then you got to try it yourself and actually swing it.
There's no substitute for trying it.
Did you ever seen one of these bats that was like all the shit, so to speak, and you picked it up and said, well, yeah, it was a good bat, dude, but I just don't like it.
Absolutely. And I think that if I had input on what to do when we do these reviews, I'd like to do a review of it brand new in the wrapper, but also later on when it's got full hornet swings on it maybe, and then do another one, because I know that when we did the one on Combat, the weight that I liked of the Combat was different than when we did it the second time around. It felt a little different, so, and that had that many swings on it the second time around too.
Yeah, I get it, but that's a subject for another topic. Yeah. Okay, well, let me check the other guys. Thanks.
I had hit.
Frank, let me ask you this, buddy. When you pick out a bat, do you go just on the bat reviews, or do you what do you have to do to make a final choice on a bat?
Well, luckily being part of the hitting club, I get to try out I get to get like 40 swings on a bat ahead of time. So if I like it, then I would buy it.
So you're gonna swing it a bunch of times out here. You see other guys having success with the bat, but you got to pick it up and see how it works for you, right?
Right, and you want to make sure that it's broken in. You want to know that it's, you know, it's not just brand new, and because sometimes it won't, you know, it won't be as good. And I listen to what the other guys say, like, you know, that have already gotten it, and they like it.
So you got to have hands-on to buy your bat, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, man. On that baby, huh?
Yeah.
So you guys still got the wrapper on that baby? That's the Bedlam?
It certainly does. That's the Bedlam.
So how do you choose your bat eventually? Just you listen to what we say out here at the club, or?
I try them out, and whatever feels good and whatever works for me. That's how I do it.
So what are you looking for in a bat?
One that I feel comfortable with, one that swings good, and
I mean,
one
do you
that
worry
is
about the barrel length, or I mean, do you say, okay, I want a 12-inch barrel, 13-inch?
I prefer 12.
Uh-huh.
This says 13 and a half on it, but it works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually swing a 12 too, and I just got done swinging that, and I swung it pretty good.
Yeah. So whatever works for you. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Whatever's comfortable.
But you got to pick it up and swing it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Okay, buddy. Big Brent here. Okay, you don't be in the club a little bit, but where you come from?
Ohio.
Ohio, that's right. You know, I'm Mike's buddy.
Masinko, yep,
Mike Masinko, and yeah, we talked about Shelly. What's Shelly's last name?
Oh God, it's been years. I don't remember his last name.
I don't remember his last name. I played with him. I'll think about it when we're off camera. But listen, how do you decide what bat you're going to use?
Well, I go by our club, bringing new bats out. But for me, it's feel. If I put a bat in my hand, how it feels.
So was it, I mean, you got a Bedlam in your hand, you just bought, right, from Mike
Just bought
Dill?
this from Mike Dill.
And?
Swung it 20, 25 times. Jumps off the barrel. You don't have to swing hard with this bat. Make contact, square up on it, and the ball goes. Can't wait till I break it in. Like I said, I'm a two-piece type of bat player. I don't like single barrels or single piece bats.
What length is that? 12-inch or 13?
This is the 13.5.
13.5.
This is their new one that replaced the Creature, which was my favorite bat. But this, I really like this one after 25 swings.
Well, that's a Worth, not a Mikan too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Worth, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely a Worth bat guy. I think their bats are probably the best out there in my opinion. At least I like swinging them.
That's all really counts when you're using the bat. It's the best bat you. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
So, Brent, how do you actually choose the bat you're going to swing? Do you just go on what you see on YouTube?
No,
or...
I just got back into playing, so I take the advice of yourself and Dan Carlson and some of the other good guys that I play with. I take in consideration what they're swinging, and then I take in consideration what feels good in my hands. If I put a bat in my hands and I like the feel of it, I go with it. I'm a two-piece kind of guy, so I like the Worth. The new Bedlam, I swung it this last time, and the original one that I hit to the fence was a Creature. Two of my favorite bats out there is the Worth Bedlam and the Creature. I know they don't make the Creature anymore, but for me personally, it's how it feels in my hands.
So the Creature's probably just under a different name with the same design.
I think the Bedlam is the Creature now.
Yeah.
Just put a new sticker on it, painted it up pretty. That's it.
Yeah.
It's got the same feel when it jumps off the bat, so once I break it in, I'm sure I'm going to love that one too.
Yeah. Well, you can hit with any bat, let's face it, dude, but...
I appreciate it. Your tips that you've given me over the last month and a half have really helped me, so for that, I really appreciate it.
it's the muscles you got that's helping you the most.
I got to get back into the gym. I haven't touched the weight in 3 weeks.
Okay, man.
We'll see you next week.
Question is now, lighter bat or heavier bat? Well, here's the deal. Pros for the lighter bat: quicker swing, improves reaction time, easier to control, making it ideal for contact hitters, reduces fatigues over multiple at-bats or games. The cons: less mass behind the ball, which can reduce power, may not drive the ball as far unless you generate extreme bat speed. Heavier bat: more power but slower swing. Pros: more mass, meaning harder hit balls with more exit velocity. Ideal for power hitters who rely on strength to draw the ball, can be more forgiving on the miss hits to add momentum. The cons: slower swing can make it harder to react to fast pitches, can cause fatigue, especially over long games or tournaments. Now I say fast pitches and slow pitches, more or less different pitches. Which one is better for you? You have fast hands and rely on bat speed, go lighter. If you're strong and can handle the weight without sacrificing swing speed, go heavier. If you're in between, a balanced bat might be the best choice. What's your current bat weight and what do you feel like you're sacrificing, speed or power with what you're using? You make the call.